Hello guys. Talk Star Wars. This is my beloved Blu-ray box set of Star Wars from episode 1 to 6. I just finished watching all the way through, like over a few weeks and stuff. I mean, like, I just slowly watched it. I don't know how long it took, but I just finished watching Return of the Jedi just then, and I really liked it a lot. Like, my intention was to go back and watch the the prequels, episode 1, 2, and 3, because like very many people, when I first saw them, I was kind of disappointed, or you know what I mean, like like it wasn't. I didn't feel it was as good as the original three, which I grew up watching and loving, but I wanted to give it another chance. Like after so many years, I haven't watched it. I want to give it another chance, and also because I've been watching the Clone Wars cartoon series, which has been really good, and it's made me really like the era of the prequel era where there's Anakin and he's apprentice of Obi-Wan, and the Emperor is a senator, all that stuff. That Clone Wars series has made me like that period a lot more. Um, and also another thing, I just started to like George Lucas heaps more after watching a few interviews with him, where I just found out about how he got Star Wars made. Like how he followed his passions of, like, there's YouTube videos where he does speeches and stuff where he just follows his passions of like film and things that he enjoyed doing. Not his parents told him to go do this, like, something else, but he didn't knew he wouldn't be happy doing that, so he pursued this career where, like, he went to film school, and nobody had ever gotten a job from going to film school and stuff like that. Things like that. I just really like George Lucas a lot, like, and just the fact that how he got this movie made. Like, he really wanted to get it made and did everything he could and got it made and did it really well. Oh, I can talk forever about it, but let's just stick to the fact that now I actually like the prequels, like, the episode 1, 2, and 3. Like, I'm in the very small percentage now, I think, because most people don't like it. Most people detest them, but I like them now. Like, especially, like, I just went in watching it with an open mind. I found like, this, first of all, like, this, the scenery and the way it looks is just stunning, like, stunningly beautiful. It's so good that, because with the CG, on one hand it's bad, on one hand it's good. Like, but the good thing about it is you get to see these different planets, these environments. They look stunning, like Naboo, Coruscant, everything. It just looks stunning. It looks really, really good. Like, if you just check the visuals, it's fantastic. Love it. I love the fact that the cast really liked being in these movies. Like, I really like that. Of course, I think some of the dialogue's a little bit clunky, a little bit in the earlier ones, but I can forgive that. Like, when I was watching the first three this time around, I was kind of looking at, like, okay, this is just like a sci-fi. Like, I imagined it was just like another sci-fi kind of like movie that I'm just gonna say, like, almost a B movie. Like, how I really like B movies, actually. Like, they're like very genre. They just they don't have to have the best dialogue or anything like that. They just have to be really entertaining and stuff. And so I just put in my head that this is, because that's actually kind of what George Lucas was going for. I think he was saying, like, it was kind of like Flash Gordon, or those serials that he used to go watch in the drive-ins and stuff, and you'd go watch it and you did stuff like that. So basically, I had the mindset of, like, yeah, let's just go easy on it, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I found was that it left me really sad because of the storyline. Anakin, he's a great guy, and but he just has a flaw of, like, he's very passionate, and he really wants to protect these people that he loves, and he'll go to any length to do it, and it's just tragic, actually. Like, the first three, 1, 2, and 3, they just, like, lead. He just goes downhill, and by the end of the third movie, it ends, and you're just left with this feeling of, oh, that was crap. But yeah, I think maybe that's why a lot of people don't like it, because you leave the cinema probably feeling like, oh, that's just horrible, that's crap. It ends on a really bad note. But then I watched them from 1 to 6, and it kind of goes, like, down. Like, 3 makes you feel sad, but then it slowly picks up again. And by the very end, and what was interesting was, like, having watched the first 3 again recently, changes the way I look at Darth Vader. Like early, like when I first watched it, Darth Vader was just like this bad guy. You don't know nothing, hardly anything about him, and that's what makes him really cool because he's so mysterious. Um, but this time around, when I was watching it, I kept on getting flashes of like Hayden Christensen in the suit. Like I just imagined, like, because you get to know him really well as Anakin in the first three or the first two. No, yeah, you know what I mean. Like you see him as a little kid, and then 2 and 3 you see him as Hayden Christensen, and yeah, I actually quite liked it. I felt it gave it much more depth, and Darth Vader changed from being this like ultra bad guy who's like pure evil to like this tragic figure, and you can just see how he's really lost it now. He's like this person who's just, let's just make it like drugs or something. Like he's gotten really into drugs, and like life is just so screwed up, and that's what it looks like when you watch it. That's what it looked like to me from when I watched it this time. But I still really liked him. He was very, very, very cool. I like him as a bad guy. But then it was really good, and I liked how George Lucas. Initially, I didn't like it, but I like it now. How George Lucas changed the ghost at the end to have Anakin look like Hayden Christensen, and he's saying that the reason he did that was because it went his spirit went back to how he was before he turned evil, So I thought that was really good, and I like it like that. I really, actually, as a 1 to 6 movie like that, I really like it. I know I'm in the minority at the moment. Like a lot of people obviously don't like the first three and just love the original, which I totally agree with. Because when I watched 4, 5, and 6, I just had this feeling, like, oh yeah, you can feel this is heaps better, much more entertaining and everything, classic stuff. Yeah. But I don't know if you just kind of watch the first. Well, when I watched the first three and just went easy on it, like not too picky and stuff, I enjoyed it. I really liked it, and it makes the story better to me, I felt. And I really love the Ewok ending at the end. Like I think how they added those computer animated scenes and made it a bit longer. I really liked it because it tied it in together with the prequels. Because the prequels you get to see all these places, and now in the ending you get to see that those places are kind of released from the evil that the senator slash emperor put on the universe and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been in a real start. It's what is it now? At the end of August, and in December, episode 7 comes out. So I'm like, it just happened this way, I guess. But I'm in a real Star Wars mood lately. So yeah, catching up on all the movies was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really love my box set. You know what? What my intention was actually just to watch episode 1, 2, and 3. But when I finished that, I just wanted more Star Wars, and so I watched 4, 5, and 6. So that's just how good this thing is, and I'd like to thank George Lucas for putting in the effort and putting this story movies up. Like putting a lot of work to do this, and fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Probably my favorite universe. Like how they have like Middle Earth or Hogwarts, all that stuff. Star Wars universe is probably my pick if I could go to anyone. I think possibly because it has so much variety in all the universe and stuff like that. So now that I finished that, I probably feel like going and watching the movies, but with the commentary or something, or watching the special features and stuff. Can't get enough of it. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video talking about how I quite like the prequels now. So yep. And the music is fantastic. How good is the music? Like when it finishes, and then the music at the credits. John Williams, the music in this, everyone agrees is fantastic. I love it. Okay, that's it.